Alright, I wanted to talk about my day today. It's 6:19. I came from the gym. I did some shopping at Walmart. I'm just going over stuff, keeping myself productive, as I've been doing for the past few days and feeling good about it. As you know, I'm leaving for LA on Wednesday. I don't know what time yet. I haven't checked that yet. But this might be a video I put on my other channel too, because it has to do with fitness, but I think I might do two videos, I don't know. But I've been, slowly over the past year and a half, building up my feet and building up, because I have flat feet, and because I have flat feet, I had orthotics. I'm wearing orthotics on one of my shoes, my crappy shoes, which I'll show you. Oh, actually, let me get them. These are some real raggedy ass Nike Frees, and they have holes. If you've seen my other videos, you see I wear these in the winter, and they have orthotics in them, which I paid $600 for a few years ago. I think in 2014 or 13, and I'll never buy them again because they didn't really do anything. I realized I had to strengthen my arches. Now some people don't believe in that, and I haven't done a thorough search of all the studies. I'm going by how I feel and what I feel works for me, and how I was in the past as a diver, a gymnast, and the problems that I did not have till I started wearing cushiony shoes and teaching group fitness, and realizing that my arches kind of fell, and because of that I don't have good tracking on my kneecaps, so there's grinding there. That's the thing I'm working on now. My feet have gotten a lot better since I've been wearing shoes that are kind of like going barefoot. I don't wear them all the time. I have a combination of shoes. I have shoes that you do a heel strike and they're cushiony and they're supportive, and then I have shoes that are like bare feet. I kind of alternate them. Around the house I always walk barefooted. That's helped me a lot. And I don't go heel to toe. I do more of the forefoot. And you see how I keep my big toe up like that? That helps create the arch in my foot. So just briefly saying that I've been working on that, and my feet have gotten a lot better in the sense that, let me put these back. Whoa. That I don't have plantar fasciitis anymore. I don't have any pain in the arch, like any bone pulling or anything. I have a little bit if I do a little rotation of my foot. That's after 3 days of running continuously, which if you've seen the last videos, you'll see that I started incorporating stair climber, just because running bangs your body up, and I want to be able to exercise more, not take so many days off. I took yesterday off, but that was it. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the fact that I was able to strengthen my body, strengthen my feet. Now I'm concerned about my knee, because it's been 10 years, but it's gotten worse where it crackles, and I know it's chondromalacia. And I'm looking up studies to see if you fix certain areas. I know my left side, which is the worst side, it's not painful, it's just cracking, especially when I go upstairs, and when I bend down it cracks, and if I'm doing massage therapy and there's no music and I'm bending my knees, you can kind of hear it. And I know my leg muscles on the left side are not as strong as the one on the right side. Can tell by when I go to the bathroom. Can tell, but I've gotten them stronger. I'm not there yet, but things are starting to wake up. It's been a good few months. You really have to concentrate on this. I really have to concentrate on this, and I don't want to have surgery. I don't want to have a knee replacement and all that stuff. Now the question goes, can all the crackling bone and cartilage behind the kneecap, can it regenerate? And I'm trying to look up studies for that. I'm not anxious about it. I'm just concerned, and slowly I believe that the body can heal. Just from sheer experience. I don't have that mindset that something happens, you have to put a band-aid on it, you have to get a certain... I'm not that mindset. So I'd like to take my body as long as it can. I don't want to be 90 or 98 like my father was and just be completely useless and, then kill me before that. But I don't believe that will happen. I could put it off for a long time. It's the mindset that's important. And not everyone feels like that. It's hard to sell that as a service, But I'll get to also my shoulder. Things do happen, but I'm very aware of it. So with my knee, looking for studies to see if things heal or whatever. I read a few, but nothing. I haven't done an in-depth search. It's like, it takes a lot of time to find something, But I look occasionally, but I go by how I feel. And my past dictates that I probably will not get arthritis, for the mere sense that, especially better late than never to take care of something. But I had on my right ankle, I had did what's called an avulsion fracture when I was 16. I was doing a lot of trampoline, and I twisted my ankle, and the ligaments ripped off my bone, so my ankle was dangling like this. And so there was obviously bone in there, I think it was like a complete tear, or maybe not complete because I didn't have surgery. I never had surgery like that. And at 16, they had said you're going to get arthritis when you get older. Because a lot of athletes, they got arthritis when they turn 40 or whatever, or 30 or 25, and they have to have, I remember Mary Lou Retton had to have a hip replacement surgery. She won the 1984 Olympics in gymnastics. There you go. But I had done diving, gymnastics since then, and I was concerned about it for many years, and it just never happened. You know what I mean? Arthritis. Doctors sometimes say things, and sometimes you have to kind of turn a blind eye or blind ear. And I had twisted my ankle again. If you twist your ankle once, you're probably going to twist it again, But even with that, I have nothing to say on that yet. But I do know that certain things that you don't use, you lose. I'm training my calves. My calves are big, but they're not strong, and I never trained my calves, and now that I'm training them, concentrating on that, and it goes right into the foot, I'm a lot stronger and have a lot more endurance in my legs, and I'm a big guy. I'm like 230, and I can hop on one foot without my feet collapsing and being painful. I haven't practiced that, obviously I I did squats, and if I practiced it, I'd get better. But the point being is that I was able to do that. For many months, even for the past year and a half, I had problems balancing on one foot to put my shoe on because my feet would hurt but I would practice that all the time. Those are things you take for granted when you're younger, especially me because I was doing gymnastics and diving, so those were strong points for me. Diving, you have to be on your toes and you're balancing at the end of a board. I'm on my toes right now. I didn't have that before. I had a lot less. So I've improved that, and I believe that's been helpful, very helpful to me. So now that I'm older, I realize that it's subtle things that you don't realize, and it's important for me to work on that. So, that being said, I had twisted my ankle 10 years ago working at a gym, and I don't know if they were bullshitting or not, because it was a legal thing also, going on workman's comp, and then not allowing me to go on that, and so they had the gym had the doctor on their side, so I don't know how much bullshit it was, but they didn't mention anything about arthritis. So, and I don't have a limitation with my right ankle, whereas early on from 16, 17, 18, I did, but sometimes if someone says something to you, it sticks in your head and you believe it. I don't believe it anymore, I learned to think for myself, but I'm also very diligent with working on certain things. I believe the body is valuable, and you have to treat it with value more and more now. I've taken it for granted before, not as much as other people. But another thing, it was this finger. Yeah, I can't crack the knuckle like this, like I could do the other ones. This one a little less. But this one, I can't, but I don't have pain. I can't on this one either. But my point being, for many years it was swollen and I didn't have much range of motion. This was the finger that I remember I was in Florida when I was with school in grade 11. I was 16, 17. And I dove and my finger with my straight hand hit the bottom of the pool and I'm guessing broke. I think I had a splint on it. I remember even when I was younger, I used to play tetherball or volleyball and always sprain your finger. But this one, diving, I assumed I broke my finger. It was never the same since. But now, it pretty much is the same, except I never tried to, I can't crack the knuckle of it. But there's no stiffness. Can make a fist. I used to have problems with that for years. So I believe that the body does regenerate itself. There's no visible deformities, And I guess everyone is different, right? But I'm just looking back at many years. I think things take a long time. Like growing your hair, when you have fine hair and dry, damage-prone hair, it takes time. When you're building your body naturally, it takes time. But things can change and happen. And I'm reflecting upon a lot of things in the past. Is it still filming? Yeah. And I believe I have a little cricking in my neck. That might be another thing I might take care of. See, you have to focus on something and then incorporate it into your life. Not, it takes patience, it takes a long time when you're trying to deal with certain things that happen when the body degenerates. And I don't even think it's age, I just think it's lack of using. You get yourself up to a certain point, and then if you, let's say I was diving for many years, and gymnastics before that, and when you stop that, and skateboarding during, you develop certain skills. When you stop those things, of course you're going to lose a lot of skills, and it's going to drop, probably not that much initially, but after 4, 5, 6, 10 years, yeah, you're going to have to start from zero, So you have to be humble. when you're dealing with the body. People who want to lose weight. If it took you 10 years to gain 20 pounds, you might want to take that time to lose it. You know what I mean? Incorporate a better lifestyle. I know you don't want to hear that, but sometimes you might be going yo-yo dieting. You know, that's why there's yo-yo dieting, because people want to do things so drastically, and then it's not ingrained in them. It's not their lifestyle. And then they go back to their regular habits, and then they fall off the wagon. So, I don't want to repeat this from my other channel, but I might do another video, not tonight though. These are kind of spontaneous videos, but I'm putting it on Taking Back Your Life. I'm not going to title it in a fitness way. So, but this is just to tell you stuff about me and certain physical things that I'm going through, and how more and more I'm believing that, you know, you could really make good changes to your body. You don't have to succumb to a lot of things, you know. You break a leg, or you have a leg amputated, that's something different, but the injuries I've had were, you know, they can get pretty worse, you know, but I'm very positive with that. Getting back to my shoulder, I mean, I've had shoulder problems for years because of diving and weight training, muscle imbalances, and I've had cortisones shot in it, and when I was way younger. Psychologically, even just recently, in the recent past, I would still do certain exercises that I know would aggravate it. Today, dealing with my feet and alternating exercises, I'm trying to be consistent but not killing myself. And I've been on that wavelength for many years, but I had certain, you know, masochistic self-harm issues to deal with, you know, and that same thing with my eating. I think it's all inclusive. But with my shoulder today, I did the stair climber instead of jogging. I did the cross trainer, which I built myself up. It used to hurt my feet doing that, and now that's my go-to. But I did the stair climber. It's only the third time, so I'm getting used to it. But it's less impact. And then for exercises, I didn't do anything that would aggravate it. No pressing, no traps, no shoulders. I did all the things that pull the shoulder back. Rear delts, pull-ups, pullovers, which is therapeutic for me to get my flexibility in this arm. See, this one's more flexible than this one, but this one has improved a lot just as of late. So I'm keeping those benefits in my head and realizing that it's good. Just like brushing your teeth and flossing every day, twice a day is good. And sometimes it takes several years to kind of get it knocked in your noggin, you know, when you're awake and you realize, you know, that you are a good person and you deserve to be a great person, you know. Hope people are watching this to the end. But anyways, yeah. So able to go more often to the gym without fear of my feet being, you know, without fear of pushing things, little twinges, keeping them at bay. It's all about managing your body to allow it to recover and rest and become greater. And a lot of that comes from your mind, to stop yourself from pushing too far or not pushing enough. And I think that applies to a lot of things in my life right now. This is a long video. I will talk to you later.